good morning, good evening, good afternoon, traders all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. And this is Forex Trading Course 101. Hello Vincent, how are you? Hello Akos, how are you? Hello Miguel, hello King, how are you? And hello Christian. Remember everybody, if this is your first time and you don't know what is happening, we are in the beginner module. So if you don't understand what is happening, please go back to the Ducascopy YouTube webinar page and start to watch the lessons, starting from lesson number 1 of the basic module. Hello Enaka, how are you? Hello Salbakti. And remember what we're trying to do here in this course. We're trying to build the 3 pillars. Pillar number 1, we're trying to build a strategy and or a system that is easy to obey and easy to understand. And time to time we are giving you some strategies, right? Second one, we are going to try to understand how risk management works. Hello Zuelius, como você está? And the big one, the psychology part, everybody. Because champion traders say that what? We are not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. This is what champion traders say. And remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading or investment advice. Everybody, the webinars are for educational purposes only. And happy Friday. Today is Friday, right? If I'm not mistaken. Friday. And for homeworks and or questions, you have my Gmail contact down here, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. That being said, everybody, let's dive into the live markets. And the lesson today is stop loss and take profit in support, resistance, and pivot points. King says, I took a cold bath, passion. I had a headache from rewatching last year playlist on this module. Why the headache? Why the headache? Congratulations, you King. Do you have any questions so far? Everybody tell me a currency pair, but it must be on the 2-hour chart today. Tell me a currency pair. Please don't say euro dollar again, everybody. You have so much currencies to analyze. Tell me a currency pair on the 2-hour chart, and we are going to make today's lesson. We're going to learn how to deal with stop loss, take profit, and support and resistance and pivot points. Okay, could be NZD JPY, USD JPY, Euro JPY, AUD, CAD, NZD CAD, whatever. Hello Annie, how are you? And remember, first comes, first is served. AUD USD, okay, great, thank you Yanaka. I hope that I pronounce your name correctly. So we're going to delete, delete, delete. So everybody, let's open AUD USD on the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour chart. AUD JPY Selbakti, okay. If we're going to have time, then we are going to check. Okay. So this is the chart, right? On AUD USD, everybody. This is the chart on AUD USD. Tell me, what do you think, everybody? Should we buy the market or should we short the market? What should we do on the 2-hour chart? Should we go long? Should we go short? And the question is right now, should we short the market right now or should we go long right now? Everybody, should we go long right now? Should we go short right now? What do you think? There is no right or wrong, right? Remember everybody, there is no right or wrong. You can go short and you can go long. We just need to understand that one direction has a little bit higher degree of technical risk than the other, but you can trade both sides. And one direction is going to have a greater probability, not a guarantee, but a probability than the other, but still you can trade both sides. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to draw an uptrend line, something like this. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is the uptrend line. The market is making higher highs, long, waiting for short, says Yanaka. Okay, so what is the market doing right now, everybody? Is the market making higher highs, higher lows, or is the market making lower lows, lower highs? We have an uptrend. Yes, we do, right? And let's go back further in time. Now we learned this skill, right? If you don't see from the 2-hour chart what is happening, then we are going to jump on the 4-hour chart. And if we don't see what is happening from the 4-hour chart, we are going to jump on the 8-hour chart. Sabakti says long but technical risk because of down bias and pivot point area. Great. So this is the 8-hour chart, right? 8-hour chart. Okay, there you go. Now we have a downtrend, everybody, here. This is the downtrend on the 8-hour chart. Downtrend. Just give it a second. We have a downtrend, right? And the market didn't break the downtrend line. Do we agree on that, everybody? That the market didn't break the downtrend line on the 8-hour chart? We have to check the biggest time frame to have a confirmation for the trend. Yes, but step by step. Step by step. Yanaka, it depends on what time frame. Okay? On the 2-hour chart, Yanaka, the market is not making lower lows nor highs, and it's making higher highs and higher lows. Market is now in a channel. The price is at the upper band, going towards the lower band, short-term short, after reviewing the daily, also showing a sideways pattern. Wow, congratulations, Miguel. Yes, agree. Okay, great. But what did the market do? The market broke the medium-term downtrend line, right? The market broke the medium-term downtrend line, and still the market's making higher highs, higher lows, right? On the 2-hour chart. So we're going to back to the 2-hour chart, which is our trading time frame. Okay, and then what we are going to do? Well, we are going to trying to find structure. Remember, everybody, in the last lesson we tried to explain to you that you have different stories, that different piece of information, different data, okay, is going to show you different things. And you can trade everything, right? You can trade the daily chart, you can trade the 2-hour chart. Okay, so don't forget, guys, to put like to the video if you like. Thank you, Victor. We always appreciate a thumb up. Okay, so everybody, we are going to trade. Let's make this question: who in here thinks that we can trade, or that it's okay to trade this piece of information, the quadrant? You can say yes, it's okay, yes we can, but you can also say no, we cannot, we should trade the other story, I mean the other thing, you know. What do you think, everybody? If I don't have enough money, everybody, to trade the daily chart, is it okay for me to trade the 2-hour chart on AUD USD? And should I trade the uptrend, or should I move my quadrant to a bigger story? What do you think? Should I trade the bigger quadrant, the bigger story, or should I trade the smaller quadrant, the uptrend? What should I do? What do you think? Yes, we can in lower time frames. Does anybody here thinks no, that this is wrong, or that it's risky, or whatever? We want to try to find opportunities, right? Okay, great. So we are going to trade, everybody, the 2-hour time frame. We are going to trade this quadrant, right? And first we are going to address the long traders, because the market is making higher highs, higher lows, right? And we are going to connect the relevant highs and lows. So low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, and high. Those are the relevant highs and lows. Just give me a second, everybody, and there you go. Okay, a little bit more transparency, 70. There you go. Right? Bigger quadrants, says Akos. Okay. Akos, why would you not that it's wrong, but why would you trade a bigger quadrant? No, it's not wrong, okay, but why would you trade a bigger quadrant on the let's be specific, okay? I'm just asking, you are not wrong, but why would you trade a bigger quadrant on the 2-hour chart? Akos and everybody else who thinks like this. No, you are not wrong, everybody, but it's just a question, you know? Because when you are alone, after the webinar, when you are alone in with your trading station, you are going to see or maybe something like this, and you are going to trade in one way, or maybe you are going to see something like this, and you are going to trade in the other way. And there is no right or wrong. But the big quadrant has a different story than the small quadrant. Short on the upper side of the bigger quadrant, less risk. Akos, the question is right now, my friend. Right now. Should you go short right now? Because we are in the market right now. Everybody, we are talking about to go long or short right now. Today, right now, Friday. What do you think? I like to see short trade because market hit daily resistance. Yes, we're going to check the daily later. First, let's address the 2-hour chart. Namaste, Patak, how are you? And for the uptrend, everybody, we are going to have past support, right? We have here past support. Everybody, do we agree that the market reacted at past support on the 2-hour chart? Past support, right? And we are here right now, and this is the past support that the market didn't reach yet. Do we agree on that, everybody? That do we agree, everybody, that the market, when you check the circles, the market reacted at past support? And if you want a strategy, counter trendline break at past support, counter trendline break at past support, counter trendline break at past, not yet this one, okay, not this one. So we have past support in here, the two circles, past support, the market reacted, past support, the market reacted, and we are here right now, everybody. No trade right now, now long. Be careful, my friends. Now long the market, it's making lower lows, lower highs, short term. Okay, everybody. So on the 2-hour chart, if we are going to apply the concept trade what you see, the market is making higher highs, higher lows. But short term the market is making lower lows, lower highs. Short term the market's making lower lows, lower highs. Do we agree on that, Akos and everybody else? What do you think? Okay, so strategy. You can enter long if you want after the market breaks this counter trend line or after the market breaks this counter trend line. Okay, now the question, let's make it blue. Okay, let's make it blue. The counter trend lines are going to be blue, this one, and maybe the counter trend line is going to be this one. Okay, now where would you put your stop loss, everybody? Okay, now let's make a poll first. Who is going to, there is no right or wrong, but let's address first the long traders. Who wants to enter here? So this is going to be green, and this is going to be entry number 1. And who wants to enter here? So we have two kinds of entries. Okay, the first one, the lower one, is going to be entry number 1. Remember, there is no right or wrong. And whoops, not this one. And this is going to be entry number 2. I have a question on the other streaming platform, everybody, saying, Passion, you keep telling us that there is no right or wrong. How is possible that there is no right or wrong? Great question. What do you think? What do you think? How is possible that there is no right or wrong? How is possible that somebody shorting the market when somebody else at the same time and at the same place, at the same candle, is going on the other direction? And I'm telling you, there is no right or wrong. Great question. What do you think, everybody? You are not going to see this on YouTube, but there is a comment on the other streaming platform. Passion, you keep telling us there is no right or wrong. How is possible? Because, everybody, it's a probability game. For the lack of a better word, it's not a game, it's job, work, you know. It's a business, call it as you want it, no problem. But it's a probability question. You are never going to know for sure what is going to happen next. Okay? And you can have your reasons and your strategies to go long, and they're okay. And somebody else is going to have reasons and strategies to go short, and it's still okay. And both traders can win and both traders can lose. Don't worry, everybody, it's a process. For you to understand this and to get this, it's a process. You know, you need to learn and you need to trade, you need to have your experience, and sooner or later you are going to get it. There is no right or wrong. Eddington is saying the high probability trades were in the weeks 13, 14, 15. Now you are into low probability trading. You are caught between a midterm down counter trend line break in the long term down trend line. Eddington, would you be so kind and explain on what time frame are you talking about? A short would run into resistance line and then uptrend line. A long would run into the long term downtrend line resistance. Christian saying the market will react at the resistance level, so I'm not entering now short. Salbakti, because the market can do what it wants, yes sir. It depends on the time frame, yes sir. No right or wrong, someone has to be on both sides in order to complete the trade, yes sir. Some have a longer term profit horizon, others are scalping. Yes, sir. Zuelius, entry number 2. Thank you. This is a game with 2 partners, bull and a bear. Yes, sir. And Patak says, let the market retrace, then we go short and long when the market touch the trend line and break the higher low. Great. So Zuelius, it's entry number 2. Anybody else want to enter the trade? Entry number 1, entry number 2. And in the meantime, everybody, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Let's talk about the stop loss. Where would you put your stop loss? Would you put your stop loss here? And again, there is no right or wrong. Stop loss here, or clone, would you like to put your stop loss here? Or would you like to put your stop loss down in here? You know, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's enough. So let's write. So this is going to be stop loss number 1. It's the first one. And clone stop loss number 2. It's here. And clone stop loss number 3. Yes, don't worry everybody, then we are going to address the short trade. On this time frame, well, there is no right or wrong, but I would say, Eddington, that we have a trade and the direction the market's making higher highs, higher lows. But of course, this is just my opinion, okay? Miguel says, I only would go short if the market breaks the uptrend line and also the resistance. Thank you. Entry number 1, stop loss. If stop loss hit, could be indication of continued downtrend until support. Yes, sir. I agree, however, I would wait for another lower high as well as the short-term counter. Okay. Zuelius, stop loss number 3. Number 3 is the safest place. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ako says entry number 1, stop loss number 1. Okay. We have everything we want, right? So let's say this is the stop loss, this is Akos, and we're just going graphically. Stop loss, and this is going to be clone. Okay, so this is the plan, this is the trade. Entry number 1, stop loss number 1. And Zuelius, entry number 2 and stop loss number 3. We're going to color code differently, right? So clone, and let's color code this in yellow. So we have different colors and yellow, and take profit, clone. There you go. Zuelius, there is no right or wrong, right? But I'm going to jump on the 8-hour chart. This is the 8-hour chart, everybody. We are looking at the same picture from the 8-hour chart perspective. What is the challenge between the two traders? What do you think? And then we are going to check the higher time frame. We are going to check the confirmation time frame that we learned about before we are going to enter the long trade. Everybody, this is a common challenge right now, because when you say the stop loss number 3 is in the safest place, that's okay. But what about the reward? What about the reward? Everybody, do we have any challenges? There is no right or wrong, everybody. Both strategies are okay. One is a little bit more short term, the other is a little bit more long term. But do we have any challenges for the market to reach this take profit up in here. What do you think? And there is no right or wrong. Eddington, yes, it's obvious to you, my friend, because you are here for 3 years already, but there are a lot of traders who don't think that it's obvious, Eddington. It's obvious to you, to Miguel, to Annie, but there are a lot of traders who are new to the party and it's not obvious. Everybody, what are you going to do? Or Zuelius, what do you think? Do you want to change your strategy, Zuelius? Do you want to change your entry? What do you want to do? Technical risk, long-term downtrend. Yes, Selbakti, but we don't know what the market is going to do, and the market, for the time being, is still in an uptrend and it's making higher highs, higher lows. Need to see the big picture. Okay, great. So let's move on the daily chart, everybody. The daily chart is the confirmation time frame. The daily chart is the confirmation time frame. So before we are going to enter, so the market was in an uptrend on the daily chart. The market was in an uptrend on the daily chart, and then the market went down, right? And it's retracing right now. So this is the daily chart, and let's address the market structure from the daily. Market structure, let me see. We're going to delete the uptrend. Market structure, so extension, retracement, extension, if I'm not mistaken. Extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, and retracement. It's going to be like this. Retracement must be a lower low. So this is the extension on the daily chart. Quite difficult, you know. So it's not this one, it's not this high on the daily that is going to show us the change in the short-term trend, but it's this one, a little bit higher. Ako says obvious. Need to see the big picture. Yes, everybody, some of you are advanced. Okay, so be patient with the slower ones or the new ones. Okay, this is complex in the beginning. Remember your first year, everybody. Okay, and remember, this is Forex course 101, not 202, and we are going to talk about the 202 in the last 5 minutes of today. Okay, so this is the big picture. We have the daily chart and resistance. There you go. See, everybody, we still have some space to go up. Who in here thinks that, who in here, everybody, there is no right or wrong, don't worry. Who in here agrees that we still have some space, maybe, to go up to this past resistance? What do you think? Is there any chance that the market can push higher one last time to this resistance on the left before the market reverses? And of course, if the market reverses, we don't know. 202, really? Yes. For some quite of time, some of you are asking, oh, what about another course? What about the advanced course? Is this all that you have? But I didn't have time. Now, thanks to the coronavirus, you know, it's not all bad. I'm just joking, of course, but we were locked down, so I had time, you know, to think about, and finally it's ready. Yes. Okay, great. What we're going to do, we are going to Control C to the 8-hour chart, Control V. And what else? That's it. And we're going to jump on the 2-hour chart, everybody. Zuelius, this is the violet line. The violet line, remember the market can do anything it wants, but the violet line is the first resistance. Okay, so everybody, how are you going to trade this? Are you going to enter the entry number 1, everybody, and put a stop loss on number 1 and maybe risk for the market to stop you out? Just maybe, you know, we don't know. Or are you going to enter on the entry number 1 and put your stop loss at the level number 2, but then we have past resistance here from the bigger time frame, right? Or are you going to enter on the entry number 2 and put your stop loss at stop loss number 1? What are you going to do? I will stay with the plan. We are in a retracement. Okay, Zuelius, how are you going to manage your trade? Manage trade in lower time frame after entry? Yes, sir. But the question is, do you think that the market is going to do anything, or is going to go just up, Zuelius? How are you going to manage the trade? Everybody, one more time, listen to me, please. If you have, there is no right or wrong, okay? Let's be clear, there is no right or wrong, and if you can make money, no problem, okay? But if your strategy and or a system is not working, okay, just maybe it's not working, why don't you try ours? Okay, just try. So when you see a pivot point or support or resistance, and of course there is no, yes, there is no right or wrong, and support, resistance, pivot points on the higher time frames are areas, okay, are areas, are not lines, okay? But if you know this and you have, this is your, it's just an example, this is your risk, okay, and this is your reward, and you know that the market, in order to get to your reward, it must break past resistance on the higher time frame, okay, then it's like you are looking at a wall and you know that there is a wall and you still push on the gas with the car, you know, oh, I'm seeing the wall, bam, okay, yes, but the market can do anything it wants when it wants, we know this, right? But this is a fact that there is a wall in front of you. Cancel and replace, yes sir, yes sir. I will manage the trade, entry number 1, stop loss number 1 in 2 hours, time frame 10 pips, thank you. Cancel and replace, playing between the pivot point and the risk and the resistance. Guys, you should try, believe me, work. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Victor. Nice to hear. The Zuelius, the risk that this is the live market right now. This is the live market. Okay, and I'm going to Akos. I'm going to delete your trade. Okay, I want to the others to see. Then we are going to put your trade back. So delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. Okay, stop loss number 1 is here, stop loss number 2. When you are going to enter, Zuelius, when you are going to enter from your entry, are you going to risk more than you are going to make, or are you going to make more than you are going to lose? From your entry, there is no right or wrong, you can do anything you want, everybody, but you are making your plan and you are seeing the wall up in here. The question is, when you enter, look at the risk reward. When you enter, oh, but my reward is up in here. Yes, I'm talking about the wall, you know. When you enter, are you potentially, let's make a projection, are you potentially risking more than you are making, yes or no? Everybody. Zuelius, what do you think? Are you potentially doing like this? Are you potentially risking more than you are making? There is no right or wrong, everybody. What do you think? And one more thing, everybody. Going on the smaller time frame like the 15-minute chart or the 30-minute chart is not going to help you, because even though you can enter from the smaller time frame and you can micromanage with the cancel and replace technique, from the entry standpoint, what do you think? Are you making more than you are risking in the first phase? Let's call these phases, right? So let's say that in my opinion the market is going to push higher and higher and higher for any reason. It doesn't really matter. Okay? So and this is the first resistance, is phase number 1, and then we have the next resistance and it's phase number 2, and we have the next phase. So I have 3 phases, right? Then I think, well, maybe the market is going to push for any reason. It doesn't really matter why. And I'm on the 2-hour chart. So when I enter the trade, how is my trade position until the first phase? You are not risk. Everybody try to understand this. Your plan is okay. You are not risking more as a plan, okay? You are not risking more as a plan, but you are risking more as a potential, how can we say this? As a potential reversal, okay? In the end, everybody, you can do anything you want, you know, and the market also can go up and down and do anything, everything, right? And remember, you can, going on the 15-minute chart is not going to help you, okay? Because let's go on the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, let's try to compress the chart. Loading data. Come on. Okay, there you go. So this is the 15-minute chart, right? And the look at the stop loss number 3, everybody, from the 15-minute chart perspective, right? And yes, you can micromanage your 15-minute chart, but when the 15-minute chart is going to stop you out, right? Just an example, the 15-minute chart is going to stop you out, you must re-enter, because in the end you must make more than you were risking. If not, you aren't going anywhere, because you are going to win $1, $2, $3, whatever, $150 on a bigger account. But when the market is going to stop you out on one trade, and the market is going to stop you out someday on one trade, you are going to have a $5 winner and a $2 winner and sorry my English, a $2 winner, a $7 winner, but you are going to have a $23 loss. Or you have a $150 winner, but you have a $700 loss. So the smaller time frame is not going to help you. In this case, do we agree on that? And what is the challenge? When the market, and we learned this in the previous lessons, when the market stops you out on the 15-minute chart and you go back on your original trading time frame and you want to re-enter, your risk, your initial risk just increased because the market pushed higher. Everybody, do you understand this? And most importantly, do you agree with this? And again, you can reject what we are teaching you, you can accept, no problem. But I'm telling you, if your way of doing is not working, everybody, why don't you try ours? Just try. Oh man, I'm losing and I'm winning, I'm not consistent, you know, and I'm losing and I'm winning and I'm winning and I'm losing. In the end, I'm not going anywhere. You know, try another stuff. It doesn't need to be me exactly, but try to read a book, try to put up a different strategy, you know. It's just an opinion. Zuelio says yes, yes sir, yes. Okay. Remember, in the end, everybody, there is no right or wrong. You can make your plan. Okay, but when you see that you have challenges, everybody, it's a challenge, you know, then try to, I mean, you can do anything you want, right? Try to not to let your plan hit the wall, right? Now, Vincent, you are not wrong either, my friend. Vincent is not wrong. What do you mean it's not wrong? Vincent said that we should manage and micromanage on the 15-minute chart. Vincent is not wrong in the way that you can... So what is, if you want to go long, can you go long? If you think and believe that there is still space to go long in here, and you are not comfortable with the entry number 1 and the stop loss number 1, you can enter. And this is a key word, you can enter from the 15-minute chart. And some of you are going to ask, Passion, but you said that the 15-minute chart is not going to help us. Now, this is where we are talking about don't mix apples with bananas. Making a plan and or a strategy from the 2-hour chart has nothing to do with making a plan and put up a strategy on the 15-minute chart. Everybody. Oh, but it's the same. It's not the same. You are going to have a different stop loss level and a different exit on the 15-minute chart. If this would be all the same, everybody, this is common logic. You don't need to be so much intelligent. This is common sense. If the 15-minute chart is the same as the 2-hour chart, this would mean that the 2-hour chart is the same as the daily chart. And as the daily chart is the same as the weekly. So one chart is the same as the other and one entry is the same as the other, so it doesn't matter what we really trade. And it's not like this. Does this make sense to you? That when you put a trade on the 15-minute chart, this plan, this trade, has nothing to do with the plan and a trade on the 2-hour chart. I mean, they can have similar views and similar structures and similar, you know, whatever, long-term view, short-term view from the daily, weekly, but talking about execution, and targets, you know, those are two different trades, those are two different stories. Does this make sense to you, everybody? Okay, because just in here, you know, look at the, I'm going to delete a few things. Delete the entry, delete the stop loss, delete everything, delete. I'm going to copy, everybody. I'm going Control C and Control V. Those are the relevant highs and lows. The black one are the relevant highs and lows from the 2-hour chart. On the 15-minute chart, it's different. Let me see if I can. So the 15-minute chart is going to be like this. It has nothing to do. See? Where would you put a stop loss on the 15-minute chart? On the 2-hour chart, the safest place, right? The safest place, and we learned about the safest place. For the lack of a better word, the safest place is here. What's the number? And Control C, 15-minute chart, Control V. Right? So the pink line, the violet line is the 2-hour chart. Well, the 15-minute chart, if you want to trade like this, is going to be a little bit different. If you want. As is saying, so do we adjust the leverage then for the stop loss? Ace, my friend, I don't understand your question. I don't understand your question, Ace. And the levels of past support, if you want to talk about different probabilities on the 15-minute chart, are this one. It's just an example. Past support, when the market is going to reverse, right? Most likely, past support. And let's do the Control C and Control V. I'm going to delete the most of the things. Okay, Control C and Control V, Control C, Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V, and the last one, Control C and Control V. Where do you have, everybody, past resistance on the 2-hour chart? Can you see? What is relevant, everybody, on the 50-minute chart? Listen to me. What is relevant on the 15-minute chart is not relevant on the 2-hour chart. And this concept you must learn, everybody. It applies on all time frames. Yes, correct. Okay, you can do everything you want, no problem, but we addressed the 2-hour chart from the beginning and we said, well, this was the past resistance. I mean past support, and here is another past support, right? The circles. And we can make this red if you want. So as you can see, this one, the green one, those are the 2-hour time frame. Past resistance, make it a little bit bigger. Past resistance, this has nothing to do with this one. It's a different story, everybody. You can select many drawings by pressing Shift plus mouse click, then copy paste. Thank you. Thank you. Eddington, are you here? Okay, everybody, I'm sorry for the one who asked for USD JPY. We are going to talk about USD JPY on Monday. Okay? We don't have time, everybody. Now, today is Friday. And this is the picture, if you want, everybody. Okay? What is your next level? This is because so many of you were asking, oh, do you have anything else? Do you have a premium contact? Do you have da-da-da-da-da? So, what can you do, everybody? If you want to accelerate your learning and learn how the pros, the professionals operate, and if you want to take your learning to the next level with a premium contact in private classes, then you can connect with me and ask for a Forex course 202. Okay, one more thing, this Forex course 202, we are passed over all of this, because in the Forex course 202 we are not going to touch and talk about this stuff here. We are passed over the market structure, trend line support, multiple time frames, Fibonacci. Okay, the Forex course 202 is an advanced course and you must know most of the things from the Forex course 101 if you want. Okay, or if you think that you are ready and you want to take a shot to be considered as a professional trader in an institution, you can test yourself on a real account, real money for free. If you want to take you to the next level with this option, just connect with me. Or the third one, if you want to trade with me, connect and we are going to have a talk about the possibilities. And no, this is not a signal service, everybody. Okay, before you are going to contact me, this is not a signal service. You know, oh, Passion, just tell me when to enter, when to exit. Tell me your stop loss. I'm not going to do this. And strict rules apply. Everything you want, everybody. If you want to make an advanced course, or if you want to have private classes, or if you want to test yourself, or if you want to trade with me, strict rules are going to apply. Okay, everybody, happy Friday. See you back on Monday. I'm not going to say to you trade with passion because we have a weekend coming. Anyway, stay strong and learn. Learn with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.